Subshredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands, and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we have ourselves a track from an act, or a couple of acts, named Sage Phoenix and Syauqi Destanika, and this song is titled Angel. And if we switch over to here, we have it on YouTube. Now, I've listened to a fair bit of Sage Phoenix's material over my time as a music reviewer. It's great to be listening to some more new stuff, you know? Some new songs, especially against the end of the year. It's nice to revisit how a few of the artists I'm familiar with are going. And we're going to listen through this track from start till finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go. I'm liking the stereo panning on those pads. And some piano there as well. It's really pretty, actually. The production value appears to be really good on this one.
Don't know where I'd be without you next to me. Don't need to know, 'cause I won't ever let you go.
Nice vocal harmonies there as well. Really pretty. Yeah, we've taken it to another level with this. I'm very happy with this. There's constant little additions and nuances and implications in there in regards to the way the vocals are treated. Nice little kind of ominous bass synth here with the sequencer panning from left to right with automation. It's nice to have the percussion as a minimalist element within this mix. Lovely bits of ornamentation with the vocals as well, some legato runs and little dips and flurries. Got some interesting stuff happening with that bass sequencer at the bottom as well. And you know, it's a 4-chord progression, but it sounds like a lot bigger than that just due to the layering. Some reversed snares in there. Oh, nice work matching those vibratos actually. Is this Syauqi? Slightly different vocal texture. There is a consistency to the overall vibe of this track, but there's enough change that it keeps interesting. Like that little tom fill there. Dum 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 dum. It's got a very like 80s, early 90s kind of vibe with it, with the reverb tails on the drums. Interesting. Okay, so we've got a fun little occasion going here. Is fun the right word? I don't know, man. Like, what's a better way of saying that? From what I understand, the song is about showing vulnerability when you're with someone and being yourself around them and showing mutual support. And it's the feeling that you have when you're with that person that they make you feel absolutely spectacular. Like the implication of they're the guardian savior, or like their protector or something like that. or at the very least someone that they love a lot.
You're my angel.
And resolving on a major harmony there. Cool. Alright. That's great, yeah, nice little bit of resonance with the bass section there. We had some really interesting colorful harmonies actually throughout this track that were made up of different melodic and polyphonic instruments. What else do I want to say about this? I think we had a quarter note groove throughout with the rhythm that was kind of decorated with all sorts of different moving parts, but ultimately felt like a slow dance. You know, it was a slow time where people were taking a moment to really appreciate what that person meant to you. Ultimately, I think that this is a pretty classy tune from Sage Phoenix and Syauqi Destanika. Clearly, both Sage and Syauqi can sing, and I think that they matched themselves well here. Again, the harmonies sounded fantastic. They could have even been talking to each other about how they were angels, each other's angels, you know? I think that would have been kind of sweet. I typically get given information, like little hints about what the song's about before I do these reviews, but I like to kind of get my interpretation from the lyrics. Now, if we go back a little bit.
Know where I'd be without you next to me. Don't need to know, 'cause I won't ever let you go.
Yeah, they don't even know who they are without this person in their life. It is not necessarily a codependency thing. It's like how I couldn't imagine you not being there with me, and I'm not gonna let you go because we're better together. I think that's the implication there. And if we go to the second verse.
'Cause it feels like angel. You're my angel. You're my
Where's the second verse?
I just can't imagine life without you in it.
Yeah, and there's so much this how do I say this? It's not an easy way to sing that kind of way. It's one thing to sing the bass melody, but you've also got the I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it, so I can't really imitate it. But do you know what I mean? There's little rises up into it, and these connecting notes between the words, and these little staccato bits. These little points of interest and accent and emphasis that I enjoy. It's a really compelling way to tell a story, even if it's like a trope that we've heard a lot, and there are a lot of love songs, right? But I still feel like this one is slightly different than what I'm used to, and I think that's a really important thing, especially in a genre where it can either go like a type of song where like it can either go really well because people relate to it and vibe with it, or it can backfire because they've heard too much of it. But clearly, Sage and Syauqi. And like Sage, this is a step up for Sage. Like her songs beforehand have been really good, but I think she's really starting to become more and more comfortable with who she is as a musician. And it's clear to me that she's gonna really make some gains as an artist if she continues to keep up the good work. And doing collaborations with like Syauqi is a fantastic idea, because you get to try and you learn as a musician from other musicians, especially if they know what they're doing. It's really important to branch out and try new things and kind of grow as an individual, especially if you can have experiences with this person outside of music. You know, I think that that's the spice of life, you know? That's where all the really interesting stories come from. The recording, mixing, and mastering is pretty spot on for the most part. I'm happy with it. I don't really have any major complaints. I think within context, the individual elements, while alone, they might have sounded like that. Some of them were from different songs entirely. It was interwoven in a way where it made sense. And I think that's just a really clever thing, because it was a reasonably complicated composition, despite the 4-chord progression and the slow drums and stuff like that. So well done. This is effectively my review, though, of Sage Phoenix and Syauqi Destanika's Angel. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go check out their various social medias and YouTube page. I'm assuming this is on Spotify as well. Stay cool, stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on. Catch you in the next review. Spider hands up.